Good day everyone, you're welcome back to this channel. Thanks for always being there. Now in today's video, I'll be sharing with you a beautiful blouse, very easy to make. So in this video, I'm going to give you the tips on what you need to know in cutting this um blouse and sewing it as well. So let's go. Now I have my fabric here. This fabric is folded into 4 equal pieces. Now I'm going to count from the edge here. I count 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see it's 4 pieces. Now the first thing I'm going to do right now is to determine the length. The length actually depends on you. And in this case, I'll be having the length for this blouse is 22 inches. So 22.5 inches, sorry. So I added 1 inch for my hem allowance, so making it 23.5 inches. So I'm going to measure it so that you can see. And you see, so I have it here, 23.5 inches. Now for the width of the blouse of this the width of this fabric is 1/4 of your bust plus 3 inches extra. 1/4 of the bust circumference plus 3 inches. Now in this case, the bust circumference is 36 inches, and 36 inches divided by 4 gives me 9. 9 plus 3. So I'll be having the total of 12. So 12 is going to be 1/4 of the width, one of the pieces of the width. Can you see? I have it here. Although I have 12.5, but it's 12 inches I'll be making use of, because that's the simple calculation. So right now, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to come in by 3 inches. Remember, I have some extra, like less than 0.5. So you can see where I place my measuring tape. So I'm going to come in by 3 inches. So I come in by 3 inches. 3 inches. So from that point, I'm going to come down by 8 inches or 7.5 inches. So let me come down by 7.5 inches, which is going to serve as my armhole length. 7.5. Can you see? I hope you can see it clearly. So you can see I came down by 7.5 inches. So right now, from that point, I'm going to connect this point to this end here. So it's either you use your free hand or you use your ruler to achieve a straight line there. So from this point, I'm going to create a curve for my armhole. So I will just go ahead and create that curve for the armhole line. And you see, so I've created the curve on the armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is just to trace this line and cut it off. So I'm going to go like this. So I cut it off. So I'm going to remove little from it. Remember, there was an extra of less than 5, 0.5. So I'm going to trim that off. So right now, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to cut the sleeve. Now it's time for me to cut the sleeve, like I said. Now the sleeve also, I folded it into four. You can see, here is it. Can you see? I folded it twice, then I refold it again to give me what I want. Now in determining the width of my sleeve, so it's going to be your bicep circumference divided by 2. The bicep is the upper arm, the circumference of the upper arm divided by 2 plus 3 inches. So right now, in this case, the bicep is 12. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6. So 6 plus I'm going to, that's 6, the bisect divided by 2 plus 1.5, sorry. Now, in the case of this one, the bicep circumference is 12 inches. 12 inches divided by 2 gives me 6. So 6 plus 1.5, so it's 7, that's 7.5 plus, that's 7.5 plus extra 3, or if you don't want to bother yourself, just mark that's 7.5 like this. So let me quickly trim this off. So I'm going to mark that 7.5 right now. Here is it. Here is my 7.5. So I mark. Now I'm going to, from that point, I'm going to place what I have right here on it. So I place it like this. Okay. So I'm going to cut, tracing this in of these piece which I've just placed. I'm going to trace it and I cut it. And before I do that, I will need to measure the length of my sleeve. Now the length for this sleeve is 10 inches. So 10 inches plus 2.5 inches extra. So will give me the total of 12.5. So I'm going to mark my 12.5 right here, or I just make it 13 inches. So whatever is your length, you just add like 2.5 or 3 to it. So I mark 13 inches. So I'm going to connect right now. Can you see? So right now I'm going to cut it off. So let me just start from the base. So I have this. So right now I'm going to cut whatever you want the round sleeve to be. Just remove like 1.5 or 1 inch from it. Here is 1.5. So I'm going to connect like this. So I'm going to cut this off. So this is my sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to keep this aside. So I bring in the main fabric or the bodice which I cut the other time. Here is it. So I'm going to place. right side to right side like this. And place it right side to right side. This is wrong side. Why this is wrong side? So I'm placing it right side to right side. So I'm going to place it to match the armhole. Okay, so I'm going to sew. So I sew like this, like using like 0.5 to sew it to the end. I will also go ahead to the second one, the second piece. I'm going to place it right side to right side. Here is the wrong side. So I place it like this. So I'm going to sew like this. So as you can see right here, I've sealed the armhole to the bodice. Can you see? Also this part, I've also sealed it. Then on the back side, I've also sealed it, the armhole to the bodice. So this is what I have. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to sew from the sleeve side. Can you see? From the sleeve side, I'm going to sew downwards like this, and also the other part I will do likewise. Here is it. So I'm going to sew down. Now as you can see right here, I've sewn it from the sleeve side down to the body side. Can you see? And also the second side, I've also done likewise. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go to the shoulder, the up here. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches from this edge downward. I mark 1.5 inches like this, 1.5 inches. So I mark it, then I sew it round. Sorry, I'm going to mark it round. So as you can see, I've marked it round. So down to the other side too. So the next, I will mark it round. So the next thing, after marking it round, so the next thing I'm going to do is to fold it like this. So after folding it like this, I'm going to stitch 0.5 inches from the edge here first. I will stitch 0.5 round the neckline and the sleeve line. So that's the next thing I'm going to do right now. Now as you can see right here, can you see? After sewing the upper part with 0.5, the down part, you can see I also use the middle part as like 0.5. So you can see what I have right here. And I've also left a space. So it's through here that I'm going to pass my elastic. Now, to determine the length of the elastic, what I'm going to do is just to measure what I have here. You know it's going to be round, but I'm going to measure the front here from this edge to this edge. So I have 30 inches. So this 30 inches is going to be the length of my elastic. So, and here is it. So I'm going to measure what I have right here. So you can see I have a 30 31, but I'm going to remove that one to make it that 30 inches. So I will remove one out of it to give me 30 inches exactly. So I'm going to place it the elastic like this. Can you see? You can see I have the length here. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, after inserting the elastic through this space that I left using my pin, the next thing is to fold this, that is the sleeve mouth, into two, or fold it twice, one, two, and I stitch it round. Also this one, I'm going to fold it twice, one, two, just little like this. Can you see? So I sew it round. Then after that, I go to the base. I do likewise. So I'm going to fold it into two. Sorry, I'm going to fold it twice, one, two. So I sew it round. So right now I'm going to pass the elastic. So here is my pin. So I'm going to insert through the edge here. Can you see? So right now from this O, which I mean this little space which I left, so it is from here I'm going to pass the elastic round. All right, so far so good. I've come to the conclusion of this tutorial. Here is the product of what I did. Can you see how beautiful this summer blouse is? And it's very, very lovely. I want to tell you that you can't even be a tailor. You don't have to be a tailor before you can get this. You can see it's very, very easy to make. Now I want to appreciate you for taking your time. Now, before lest I forget, the width or the length of the shoulder, in my elastic I measure 30 inches. So when I discovered that it depends on how wide you want it to be, but in my own case I don't want it to be wide, so I had to reduce it. I had to reduce it to like a 22. So that's why you can see it as small as this. If you want it to be like this, then you have to measure. Just go ahead and measure your shoulder line. So whatever, how wide you want it to be will determine the length of what you want. If you measure from the front to be like 14, it's going to be 14 times 2, which is going to be 28. So that is exactly what I eventually did. So you can see, very lovely and beautiful. So I want to believe that this tutorial has been very helpful to you, and if it has, please kindly give it a big thumbs up. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, here is an opportunity for you to do that now. Just click on the subscribe button below and you hit on the notification bell so that you can have access to my video anytime I release a new one. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.